Hi, hello there. Welcome to Magical Mind Shift Moments, and I had originally intended to set up a one video for air and water, but the universe had other plans. So this is the second video of the air and water video. So this will be the final and fourth part of my Free Art of Desire video series. I am the Mind Shift Mentor, also known as the Chief Courtesan and the Mistress of the Art of Desire. Welcome to my water element teaching on self-image and healing. So at the end of the air, I've covered fire, which is laying out your desires, figuring out your core desired feelings, and firing up your ambitions, deciding what it is you truly want, honing on your deep desires. And then we have earth, which is getting your systems in place, having everything laid out, doing everything that you need to do for physical, mental, and emotional. Your people, the places, everything around you should be like set up in a way to support you, to be your highest, to have your highest vibration, to be at your most powerful resonance. And then comes air, which is aligned thought and aligned action. And when you have your desires laid out and your environment is in total, perfect array, nothing will ever be perfect, obviously. But when you have a very supportive physical, mental, and emotional environment, then you go into air and everything you think brings results. Everything you do brings results, and it's amazing. It's incredible. Here's the one thing I didn't get to in my air video. At the end, let's say you do 2 weeks for each element, at the end of air, you have all of this amazing stuff happening, coming through your way, that people get a little they hit a hump. They hit like a bump in the road. A lot of people will either get moody or they'll appreciate their actions so much that's getting results, they'll stop taking action, they'll stop, moving forward, and they'll keep going because it feels like things are just piling in one after another, that people forget you have to keep going, you have to keep taking steps, you have to keep taking steps. And there's a reason for that hump that happens in the air element. And the reason is that if you think about it, anytime you want to, this isn't about self-improvement, this is about self-discovery. All these, projects, all these things that we're working on, going through the elements and initiating them in our life to create a life of joy and fun and pleasure. There's no healing happening. Whatever the things that have happened in the past, whatever it is we need to get through and over, all these things about how we feel or think about ourselves, we've shifted everything. We've cleared through a lot of the baggage, but have we actually sat down, have we actually danced our way through or laughed our way through our self-image? How we actually think and feel and see ourselves. And where is the healing? Where is the acceptance? Where is the part where you actually look in the mirror and you see your greatest love? That's why water is the final element, is the fourth element. And water is about self-image and healing. And this comes perfectly right at the end of air. And there's a beautiful reason for it. Most people ask me, why don't you have the healing part first, where you improve your self-image and everything? And I have the most brilliant answer for you. It's because people don't heal easily when their self-image is not at the strongest. A lot of people as human beings, we want to see action, we want to see something happen, we want to do stuff. You know what I mean? So we take those first three elements, we take fire, we take earth, we take air. Those are all masculine actions, and we doing. But as women, we have to receive. It's biologically and genetically, physically, we receive. We're recipients. We're vessels. So water is the part where you get to receive the benefits of everything that you've done. You can't heal your self-image in the beginning if you don't have a reason for it. If you don't have forward-moving action, if you don't have anything coming through to convince you, to give you a reason, to allow you a glimpse of what magic truly is, how are you supposed to heal? How are you supposed to have a beautiful self-image? So that's why I laid out my program this way, this part of the 7 steps. I laid it out so that you deal with your fire, you get your desires laid out, you knock out other, the things that don't belong in your personal list, and then you set up your earth, your environment. It's easy to take action, and as you're taking action, your vibe changes, so your personal vibration is increasing as it is. You don't have to do the hard work. When you get to air, aligned action, everything you're doing, because you've been conscientiously working on things that lead to your core desired feelings to bring you resonating joy, everything you do in air brings you things that you need, things that you want to manifest. And then when you hit that hump, we get to the water aspect. And water is brilliant. Water is one of my favorite, I'm a Pisces, so I'm a water sign, and water is all about empathy, and the element of water is just fantastic. I'm so excited to share this with you. So here we go. Water is about self-image, how you perceive yourself and the world around you, your inner outer game. It's about healing. It's about smoothing out the wrinkles into blissful calm. What you have to remember, though, is that thoughts become things. So you gotta think unique thoughts. We're pretty much the eyes of the universe. It's our job to fulfill our role and play the part of the child exhibiting delight in all of the magic the universe has provided. In order to do so, here are 3 unconditional truths that I have received from Mike Dooley's teachings, and I'm passing on to you. In order to heal yourself and to bring about healthy self-image, when you're trying to manifest something, when you're playing with the law of attraction, don't mess with the cursed house. Don't attach to unimportant details. And do not insist on certain people acting a certain way. Doing all these things messes with the natural order of the way the world works. Trust is key. The universe has your back. You're destined to succeed. Whatever happens is the best possible thing at that time. Desire for something, an action, or anything coming into your world is not planted into your heart without the means to manifest it already in your world. It's your job to manifest that vision. Create the real from the ideal. Your job. Find the end result. Find the final product. Keep it general. Get excited about the details. Create your vision. Create your vision boards. Create your entire quest. What you want 5 years from now, 3 years from now, 1 year from now. Write it all down to the last detail. As you're writing, as you're scripting out what you expect to happen from the depths of your imagination, from your deep desires, get all the intricate details in there. You know what I mean? Get super, super, super excited. And then release. Release from attaching to those details. You use the details. The details are there to create excitement in your life, in your heart, increase your vibration, increase your resonance, and basically change the world around you to be bringing in the things you're looking for. But here's the deal. When you request certain things, you cannot get attached to the details, because all that stuff will show up to you in a form that you may not recognize, but you gotta keep your eyes open. And that's the problem. People usually get attached to the details and they don't understand when it doesn't show up. They think it hasn't showed up, but it has showed up. It showed up in a different form, and you just can't see it. You don't understand what's going on. find the end result, the final product. So you keep it general, but you have to, the details are sexy, but you have to keep it general because it kind of unties the hands of the universe to make magic. Divine intelligence, energy, source, power that's out there, God, your higher consciousness, knows the best and the brightest path to your goals. Now, if you insist on that particular path with those particular details, and if you insist on those particular bells or whistles, that's when you run into trouble. That's when it feels like nothing's working. So you get excited about the changes you're about to experience through the details, but then you let go of them so that you can be surprised by how it comes, how it shows up. All you have to do is show up. Keep moving. Use the passion generated and show up. Magic appears. Humble baby steps are all you need to do. You are now reachable. You are now a lightning rod for the universe. Spark the wave by showing up again, and you gain momentum. Life happens beautifully, even if it's the worst situation, it looks like the worst situation. Everything has a positive side. This is what the theme of my company is. Find magic in the mayhem. A mind shift is something that happens to human beings when you step into the shoes of a divine being, having a human experience. You are here for the sheer adventure of the ride. So, essentially, it's your job to enjoy it. Everything. Like I said in the air video, all the negative emotions, feelings, experiences that come through loneliness, fatigue, frustration, grief, depression, all of that stuff, you have to remember at some point as you're experiencing it, all of those feelings are indulgences, because you, as a human soul, are literally a gladiator of light. You are the pure epitome of brilliance and bright, happy, pleasant, magnanimous, magnificent being. You are designed to enjoy and appreciate everything in your world. The challenge, the adventure of life is how to get there. So when the negative stuff happens, you brought it into your world for the sheer challenge of making it through. So do it. Step up. It's not going to be worth it if you don't find your way through the crap to make it through to the other side, because that's the only way. You cannot know light without the dark. It's the yin-yang. There is perfect balance in this world. You have to make it through the light to get to the dark to understand what the light means. So this is what self-image and healing, that's what the concept is. When you have to understand that all the humps that come through, all the negative emotions, all the bad experiences, they show up in your life because it's your challenge, your personal challenge to make it through those particular things. You were born to face those struggles. And here's the interesting thing. A lot of people don't realize that numerology can actually help you figure out what you're supposed to be learning. There's two numbers that I really find an interest in. Your name number, if you can Google this, or you can give me and send me an email and I'll help you figure out your name number. findmagicinthemayhem@gmail.com. And your name number is essentially, one number is assigned to each letter of the alphabet. So you write down those numbers and you add them up till you bring it to a, maybe it'll be a double-digit number. Then you add those two digits together until you get a single digit. So you keep adding the numbers together. When you get your single digit between the number 1 and 9, that is your life number. That's your personality number. And that shows you what your side, what your personality is that you show to the world. Your birth date, full birth date, the month, the date, the year. When you add those numbers together and you reduce it to a single digit, that's what you get your life lesson number. That's your purpose. That particular birth date is the purpose that you were born on this earth. And it's interesting, if you reduce it, you'll find out between the numbers 1 and 9 what your life number is. It's fascinating to find out what your life lesson is. I'll give you an example of what mine is. My name number, my personality that I reveal to others is a 7. 7 is the mystical number of the universe. 7 is one of the most magical numbers ever. It's 7 colors in the rainbow, like you'll find it in nature, everywhere. It's a very, very powerful number. It's the sign of the mystic. It's the sign of intuitive people, empaths, and people who can tend to be loners because they're misunderstood, because they live on a higher consciousness all the time. Let me tell you, there's a lot of people who think I'm in La La Land all the time. And maybe it's true, but I've learned to ground, and I've learned to hone in on my human self. So I am bringing my higher consciousness self and my human self back together, and, doing this little courtesan class for you called The Art of Desire, or Love Notes, Lattes, and Laughter Therapy. And that's how I touch base. That's my personality number, my name. My life number, based on my birth date, is a number 2. And here's the fascinating aspect of number 2. Number 2, the life lesson to be learned, is about self-reliance. That cracks me up. That cracks me up all the time, because my entire life I've had help. Help has showed up, money has showed up, friendships have showed up, people I need, help with class or in life or with boyfriends or whatever it is, lovers, like anything that I've ever needed has showed up, and I've never had to actually depend on myself per se. I'm incredibly self-reliant, but I never have to, so I never do. And so that is my life lesson, that I'm supposed to be spending my life, that's what I took birth on, to learn self-reliance. Here's the interesting thing. If my personality is that of a mystic and one who connects with every human being, and my purpose, my life purpose, is for self-reliance, you can see where there's a conflict. You can see where there's a clash. So bringing those two aspects together, now that's the challenge. That is what is exciting. That's a deep desire. So that's where we tie it back to my core desired feelings that bring resonating joy for me, which are playful, luxurious, affluent, and powerful. And I want to get a little bit more, before I sign off on this water video, I want to get a little bit more detailed on the core desired feelings. When I teach you about core desired feelings, you really will list it all out. We'll get all of your ideas for core desired feelings out on paper, and we'll spend a lot of time crossing through the ones that actually don't fit and everything. So when you narrow it down, Danielle Laporte suggests in the desire map that you have either 4 or 5 core desired feelings. And so these 4 are the ones that I prefer because they resonate really highly with me. Whenever I do activities that make me feel luxurious, playful, affluent, and powerful, that's when I feel on top of my world. That's when I feel sexy and delicious and wonderful, and that is when I am the chief courtesan. That is when I'm the mistress of the art of desire. I get anything I want when these 4 feelings are happening. So what I do is I have a little whiteboard here on the side, and I've split it into 4 quarters, and I put luxurious, playful, affluent, and powerful. And the to-do list of things that I need to get done, I figure out what category they can possibly go through. Because there are things that you need to do. There are things that you can't get away with, whether it's paying bills, doing your chores, calling people back, applying for loans, whatever it is that you need to get done that may not be the most exciting of things and everything, you put them in a category. You put them in a category so that you can change your thought process of how you're feeling about that particular item. If you have to memorize the script and you're not in the mood, you put it under playful. And then you find ways to make it playful. So basically, you change your thought processes about the things that you have to do, and you mix in those have-to-do items with things that actually are known to make you feel that way. So if I want to feel affluent, I dress up. I put on some nice clothes. I wear some cute jewelry. I groom myself. That is what makes me feel affluent, because I feel professional and put together and socially charming. If I want to feel affluent, I can wear things that are beautiful colors. In order to feel powerful, I connect with somebody. I have an amazing coaching session. I reach out to people. When I actually make it through an amazing audition, I'm an actress as well. When I make it through an audition in one try, and the casting director says to me, "I have no comments to give you. You did it exactly the way I would totally, bring you in for that." We call that at the Actors Green Room. They have a term for that. It's called carpenter. That means you nailed the audition on the head. That makes me feel powerful. And boom. That's why I'm always going to these workshops. I'm meeting casting directors. I'm contacting people. I'm constantly networking online, offline, in person. And it's fun. It's not about trying to get something out of it. It's trying to get the feeling of connecting with people out of it, And in order to feel playful, feeling playful is not very hard to do. It's a lot of fun to come up with ideas for that. I'll leave it to your imagination to figure out how I come up with playful. And with luxurious, I take my time. I take my time doing things. Even if I'm in a hurry and I'm in a rush, I make sure that I squeeze in time to do things that make me feel luxurious, whether it is indulging with a 2-hour lunch with a friend during the week, whether it is cleaning out the inside of my car and putting in a new air freshener so that every time I get in, it feels like it's just had a nice little wash, whether it is putting all of my laundry away so that when I go to bed at night, there is a freshly made bed with clean smelling sheets. That makes me feel luxurious. When I meet people for dinner, when I go to a party, I always have a little bit of a gift if it's an occasion, and that makes me feel affluent and generous. There's always ways to feel the core desired feelings that bring you resonance, that bring you that perk, that fire up your desire in your belly. And if you have all of your systems in play and you're taking aligned action, then you can heal yourself. You can have a beautiful self-image. So now, even though there are negative parts, I'll tell you, to be honest, I had a car accident about 1.5 years ago, so I have a knee injury. There's a little, part of my meniscus, that's kind of come off, and it's floated to the other side of my knee, and it's like I have to give it time to disintegrate by itself. There's nothing else to be done about it. So once every 5-6 months, my knee will flare up, and I can't walk. And that actually happened this weekend. The Saturday, I had this major audition panel to attend in New York City, which I had been prepping for 3 weeks, and I was so excited. And boom, my knee had different ideas. There's nothing you can do about it when it happens. I can either get a steroid shot, or I can just stay on my back and keep my feet up in the air propped up on pillows, and take a lot of anti-inflammatories and ride it out for 48 hours. So obviously there was stuff I needed to get done. There were things I needed to do. This injury, I probably flared it up myself. I've been running around like a crazy person, not taking any time for myself, or not even taking in between time to breathe and just enjoy life and everything, because the work that I do gives me such pleasure that I was doing it all the time. You know what I mean? So there was no time in between to be me. So that's what I had to do. I spent the weekend, I was upset for about 15 minutes, and then, I moved forward. I indulged in a couple of TV series, I caught up on some shows, I sent a bunch of emails, and I took a lot of anti-inflammatories. When I say anti-inflammatories, occasional Advil, but I take cayenne pepper pills. If anybody, deals with injuries, I have a lot of like Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic medicine remedies. So if you need any of those tips, you can also reach out to me for that. That's part of healing your body without necessarily using chemicals. So I take cayenne pepper pills, and I take chlorophyll pills. Chlorophyll, it's like a little bit more, it's green. It's got kale, it's got broccoli, it's got all kinds of green stuff in it, and it's just fantastic. You take 2 of them twice a day if you have any kind of inflammation or swelling, and boom, it like hones in on that particular area, and it just like smooths it all out, gets your system moving again. That's pretty nice. And there is always Reiki. So there are many methods to heal the body physically, mentally, and emotionally, and I cover all of those in my Art of Desire class. So let me know. I would love to work with you. This is the end of my free video series. I'm giving a free talk tonight, this evening at 6 p.m. For about an hour for the it's live for anybody who wants to call in for the Art of Desire class and get their questions answered. I will absolutely be covering some of my best tips, and you're going to love it. And tomorrow, Tuesday, is my Enchanted Circle. Twice a month, I have a virtual lounge where people are invited to come in. I usually have a guest speaker, and we talk about magic. We talk about manifestation. We talk about magic. We get into some amazing, amazing stories and things that you can do, and it's beautiful. It's brilliant. And the Art of Desire class begins on Wednesday. So if you have been hemming and hawing and you're not sure about what you'd like to do, this is the opportunity to reach out to me. I'm on Facebook. The Mindshift Mentor is my fan page. I'm on YouTube, which is Find Magic in the Mayhem. I am the Mindshift Mentor on YouTube as well. And if you're watching this video, please definitely subscribe and like this video so that you can get updates on what's coming up, because I do a lot of free video series. So definitely you're going to want to get all my training. And the upcoming classes that we have coming up for the ladies, for the Pleasure Portal, we have Love Notes, Lattes, and Laughter Therapy. And this is for people who want the one-on-one experience. You will get introduction. It's 3 months of support, and you get introduction to all 4 of the elements, plus the 5th element, which is source, energy, soul power, and all of that put together is taught to you on a personalized one-on-one level, and you have the option to upgrade to the Art of Desire program to be included for half price. And there's a lot of great, yummy things. So contact me. Either email me on Gmail, findmagicinthemayhem@gmail.com, or find me on Facebook at the Mindshift Mentor. You can respond and post to this particular video on YouTube, and I will get your message. And my website is themindShiftMentor@wix.com. wix.com. Just look for the Mindshift Mentor and you'll find me. And all my contact information is on there. So please reach out to me. And the Art of Desire class is a 8-week wonderful in-depth class. For 8 weeks you have a live call where you learn all of these things that I have to teach. The schedule is on my website. It's also on my blog, which is Magical Mindshift Moments at blogspot.com. The links are also provided on the YouTube channel, so you can definitely reach out and find those. And there's all kinds of fun, affordable ways to work with me. So definitely reach out, connect with me. We'll figure out what the best program is for you. Okay? So I am the Mindshift Mentor, the Chief Courtesan, and the Mistress of the Art of Desire, bidding you adieu. Give me a call, give me a email, tweet me. Oh my gosh, I'm on Twitter. I totally forgot to tell you. I'm Goddess Shantala on Twitter, and you can absolutely tweet me, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So it's been a pleasure having you with me for this 4-part video series, and I truly, truly truly appreciate you being a part of my world. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to welcoming you to more magical mind shift moments. Take care. Have a great day. Bye.